Good morning and warm welcome to everybody. I'm subbing for Tara Healy today. My name is Zeenat Potia. I'm really happy to see you, to know that you're here. I'm just going to give a couple of moments for folks to come in, and I will rename myself. If I can, yes, I can. There we go. Okay. So really good to be with you this morning. So please take a moment to arrive. And what I'd like to offer today is a short opening meditation. We'll have a brief check-in as a community. We'll do some more practice and maybe have some time for any questions or reflections that you might have. So starting now with just a very brief, sweet, hopefully, opening practice. I'm going to offer a bell to start us off. Okay. Arriving in your body, arriving in your seat. The eyes can be open or closed, and anything I offer is an invitation. Please do what's appropriate for you and let go of the rest, or feel free to modify as you see fit. Noticing what you notice and relaxing any tightening, clenching, tension in the body or the heart mind. So both ways to engage in the present moment. One is to soften, just really soften, softening, softening, softening. And the other is noticing, noticing, noticing. So very simple and straightforward instructions. Softening and noticing. And see if you can encourage yourself with each moment to soften and to notice deeper. When this is all we're doing, all we're devoting ourselves to, our energy, our time, our attention, it's remarkable how perception itself can really shift. What we see, how we see, what we know, how we know, can begin to open and unfold in ways that are quite refreshing, can be refreshing, clarifying, enlightening. So I really want to offer you this possibility that enlightenment, some people think that's the goal or the purpose of meditation, mindfulness. It's not this big event that we're working ourselves up to, that we're waiting for, so to speak. But it is possible. It is unfolding in our moment-to-moment experience, and it's available to everybody right here and right now, regardless of if you're a brand new practitioner or have been at this for a long time. It's available. It's possible. In a moment, one can wake up, have a shift of perspective, So once again, I encourage you, and I'm going to give some quiet for us to be together. Maybe we'll just stay with the practice since we're in it, softening and noticing. Dual encouragements for yourself, softening and noticing over and over again. Noticing where the attention is, and beginning again, softening, softening the body, tuning in to any pockets of tension or gripping, and intentionally, maybe even directing the breath there to soften those areas, relaxing the body, relaxing the heart, mind. In this moment right here, is it possible to unclench and ungrip just for now? And notice what you notice. Might be a torrent of thoughts, there might be repetitive thoughts, there might be certain emotions or emotional valences that come and go. And you might even notice that all of this material, these phenomena, sensations, sounds, breath, thoughts, emotions, moods, have a dynamic quality. They have movement. They're coming and going, arising and passing away. They're not static. And we don't know what's going to arise next. This is the truth of impermanence, of the fleeting nature of our existence, our reality. So our tendency might be to say, oh, there's a present moment. Okay, now I can just sit there. But there's nowhere to sit. There's no ground. This is the good news. This is the good news. Is it possible to take refuge in this movement, in this slippery quality of the arising and passing? This unknown can be scary, it can feel unsettling, because our human psychobiology likes finite, neat, clean, certain answers, but that is in conflict with reality. And that's when we suffer, that's when we get into trouble. And so something to try would be, what if I ungripped the need to control every single thing? To control and have more of what I like, and to control and push away what I don't like. It's described, the metaphor of a log floating in a river. One bank is things I like, the other bank is things I don't like. There's really nowhere the log can rest. On either bank, it's going to be bouncing. But if it kind of surrendered to its log-like nature and just flowed down the river, what would that be like? This doesn't mean we don't have preferences. We don't try to find relief from discomfort. But it just means that we recognize that we've been looking in the wrong places for relief. That perhaps the place for relief is in the flow of the present moment. So see if you can invite yourself. And it's a delicate process. It's a subtle practice. We can receive what I just offered cognitively, and then we get to practice with it, with our own reality, with our own bodies, our own heart minds, with their unique conditions, with our unique habits and patterns and backgrounds that make up this being right here, and that is to be honored as well. In fact, that is the doorway. So entering into your own doorway with confidence, with softness, with curiosity, with a willingness to relinquish control, and a willingness to really be open to noticing and to awareness. So let's practice for a couple more minutes. And if this whole time you've really been having a struggle, it's okay, it's understandable. And then we get to try again, we get to begin again. Okay, so here comes the bell. Listening with the ears and the sense doors of hearing, and then with all of you, the mind, the heart, the body, all open, receptive to sound, following the sound. Okay, thank you for your practice and for being here this morning. So I'm very curious how that landed, how the length of the practice felt for you. If you're newer to meditation, any questions or reflections or comments are welcome. Please feel free to share in the chat. I want to also offer you this possibility of bringing this meditation into the rest of your day. What would that look like for you? It's something very interesting to play with. Great. So Sheila says, glad to know that holding tension in the body is not rare. Yes, it's such a human thing. Our emotions and mental faculties have resonance, have trailheads, if you will, in the physical body, and that's how we can know them and work with them. It becomes a doorway, a very accessible way to work with these energies that are hard otherwise to kind of navigate. Rizvana says, really got into the space between mind and heart. Beautiful. Heather, like the analogy of the log floating in the river. Yes. Good. So this, I want to offer you, how do we, if anybody has any ideas of how can we bring this meditation now into the rest of our day, because it's really about knitting these. You're trying to use a knitting metaphor, and I don't knit, so maybe that's not so wise. But how do we have continuity of mindfulness so that we do it in our formal practice, like we're doing together in community, and then when I open my eyes and I transition into my day, whatever it contains, this is not forgotten. This continues. There's a seamlessness, a continuity of mindfulness. So I see a suggestion from Sheila, the circle of control, perhaps. Yes. So that's a really useful, practical tip right there, because it's such a human tendency, and you may be anywhere on the control spectrum. Right? I would be very surprised if somebody raised their hand and said, "Oh, me? Control? What do you mean? I'm super easygoing in every area of my life." So to really examine that, where am I holding on? And particularly in the realm of views and opinions, where am I holding on to my way or the highway, or this is the only way? Just to bring some curiosity there and to question it, because it's just a particular perspective, and yet we cling to it like it's the only one, and then it influences everything we say and do. But do you see how insane that is? Because I'll just give you an example of working with a sense of multiple perspectives or consciousnesses. For instance, if you're walking outside in nature, the tendency is to say, I see the chipmunk, I see the tree, I see the grass, I see the river. Right? That's one perspective. What is the chipmunk seeing? What is the tree seeing? How is the ground or the grass receiving your feet as you step on it? Do you see that there's multiple perspectives? That doesn't mean that our perspective isn't valuable or doesn't matter. Of course it does. And it's not the only one. So when it comes to views and opinions, if we can find some room, some relaxation to allow the possibility that others' perspectives and views are also valid, excuse me, also exist, it can lead to just a little more harmony, a little more connection, rather than my way or the highway. Beautiful. So yes, and so Colleen's encouragement of we get to begin again. We get to begin again. Let's say, you act unskillfully, maybe slightly unkind to somebody or to yourself, and you notice that pain or you notice the ouch. To just relax in that moment. It can be a mindfulness bell, invitation to relax, and then to begin again. You get to begin again, and the next moment, you don't have to wait. The next moment you can soften and be kinder. Beautiful. So Sarah is suggesting putting in a chime, every hour as a mindfulness bell of Where is the attention right now? Where am I caught, or where am I lost? How can I return to the feet on the ground? How can I return to just one breath? Really good. I see there can be some resonance with that. This kind of, and it's very gentle. It's not like a whack on the knuckles. For those of you who've been around a while, the old days of schooling, depending on where you went to school, it's not like you fool, you failed again. It's not like that. In fact, it's the very opposite. It's a very gentle, very soft reminder. It's an accompaniment, because there is an understanding that it's going to happen, that we are going to forget, because we live in a world of conditions that are set up to make us forget, like these algorithms and AI and all of that. So it's incumbent upon us to take our power back, to wrest it back from these systems that are designed to manipulate our attention and our awareness, because we are the only true holders of that. And if we get pulled, it's natural, it's understandable, and then we can come back. So let's just take a minute to dedicate the merits or the fruits of our time together. It's something that is very special that we can do. It recognizes that we've spent our time in a worthwhile way, in a wholesome way, in community, practicing, talking about these aspirations. They're not to be taken lightly. They're seeds that now we can water the rest of the day. So together we make that commitment. It strengthens us. So may the merits and the fruits of our practice. And I invite you right now to bring to mind somebody in your life, or maybe it's somebody you don't know, who could really benefit from some of these fruits of mindfulness. So freely, happily, joyfully, it could be yourself offering the gifts. May awareness and softness and relaxation, offering it, be of benefit to all beings without question and without exception. May all beings find relaxation and awareness in this day. May it be so. Thank you so much. I wish you a good day. Be well, and I'm grateful that you chose to spend your time together with us this morning. Okay, bye.